Hello students, good morning, good afternoon and good evening. See, today's standard 12 subject statistics chapter number 1. We'll start with the chapter number 1 index number lecture 1. See, up to this we complete first part, that is second, third and fourth chapter, which is very easy to you, right? And now the last easiest chapter of part 1, and you can carry 12 mark each, that is total 48 marks from part 1. Okay, so first of all we concentrate on blueprint. What is the blueprint of this chapter? See, for blueprint I am writing in blue ink. See this, section A, question, 1 mark, and the question number will ask in your examination is also given here as last lecture. I am giving you in chapter number 4. See here, same here, section A, 1 question, 1 mark, and it will ask in question number 1. Then section B, 1 question, 1 mark, and it will ask in question number 11. See here, the theory part from this chapter is up to this only, that is section A and section B. Not a big theory, that is 2 marks, 3 marks theory will ask from this chapter. So it is easy, that means it is a practical chapter. Now section C, 1 question for 2 mark, and it will ask in question number 21. It is 2 mark short sum. Then section D, 1 question, 3 mark, and it will ask in question number 31. And the last one, that is your 5 marks question, section F. See, in section E, first part will not ask. That's why in each and every chapter of first part we cannot consider section E. That's why here section A, section B, section C, section D, and then directly section F. 4 mark question will ask only from part 2, not from part 1. That's why here section F, 1 question, 5 marks, question number 43. Okay, so this is your blueprint, and that means total 12 marks. This chapter consists total 12 marks. Okay, so it is easy. Now see the definition. First of all, the definition of index number. Page number 3rd, the percentage change. See the dark one, the percentage change in the value of the variable associated with any item. First of all, what is index number? That we have seen that the definition, that the percentage change in the value of the variable associated with any item for the given, that is current period, compared to its value in the fixed, that is base period, is called an index number. See, it is a statistical language. In easy language, I will give you one example. See the price of wheat in the year 2015. Say suppose it is 24 rupees per kg, and that is the price of the wheat in the year 2016, that is in the next year, is rupees 30 per kg. So what is the definition? Now read the definition and clear it. The percentage change in the value that is 24 and 30. But first of all you have to find out the percentage change, and for that you have to find out the relative, price relative. Here the variable is price, right? That's why you have to find out the price relative. If the variable is quantity, then you have to find out the variable quantity, right? Here the price variable. So that's why the change, percentage change in the variable given period, that is current year. See here, it is a current period. Latest period is your current period, and this is the fixed, or you can say base period. So we have to compare current period price with the fixed or base period price, and we can find out the percentage change in the relative method. Then it is called an index number. Read then again the definition. The percentage change. First of all, the word is percentage change. So you have to multiply this ratio or this price relative with 100. Okay? Percentage change in the value of the variable, that is price, associated with any item for the given period. Given period, that is current period, that is 30. So here index number is equal to 30 compared to its value in the fixed or base period divided by 24, and the percentage change, that is 100. That's why when we have to find out percentage, we have to multiply with 100. That's why first of all current period price, then divided by base year or fixed period price into 100, that is called a percentage change, is your index number. So what is the answer? First of all, find out the answer. 30 divided by 24 into 100, that is 125 percentage. You can say 125% price is increased, and the index number of wheat price on the base of 2015 year is 125% increase. So here when we are knowing about the inflation in economics, here we can use this index number. Okay, so here it is the definition. And now see, there are the two questions, that is only one MCQ and one SQ. That's why here we don't have to panic about the theory portion. Here we concentrate only on the practical questions. That's why we have to start with the illustration number 1. Okay, see, this chapter is somehow difficult because in this chapter there are many methods. See, in chapter number 4, that is in last chapter, there are only 3 methods, that is scatter diagram, least square, and then average, monthly average, 3-year, 4-year or 5-year moving average. But in this chapter there are many methods and many formulas. So as per the request of some students, I will go through with the method, that is here. This is your first method. We have to find out first, this is your first formula, and we have to find out index number, or the question is fixed base index number. See, both are same, index number or fixed base index number. This is the formula. Index number is equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. Or if they ask find out the fixed base index number, then also the formula is P1 upon P0 into 100, where P1 is equal to price or variable, see, of current year and P0 is equal to price of or any variable of fixed or base year. This is the formula. See, this method is very easy. So first of all, first question is also again very easy, and see the question first. Illustration number 1, read the question. The data about the wholesale price of the wheat in the region are as follows. Taking the year 2005 as a base year, underline this word, year 2005 as a base year, that is your fixed year. That's why that is your P0, right? And prepare the index numbers, that is index number or fixed price index number, all are same. For the prices of the item for the remaining years, state the percentage increase. See, this here the question is over. First question is prepare the index numbers. All years index number you have to prepare for the price of the items for the remaining years. And the next question is state the percentage increase in the price of the wheat in the year 2013 from this index number. That is the second part. First we complete the first part. First of all we are writing first question, but here in index number for the better presentation we have to write all the years after leaving one line between 2 years. See here 2005, then one line, leave the one line, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012 and 2013. See here, now the price of the wheat per quintal is given, that is 1650 in the year 2005, and that is your base year because we have to find out. See the question taking the year 2005 as a base year and prepare all the remaining years index numbers. So here this is the important data for you for this sum 1650, then 1690 after one line, 1690, then 1730, then 1750, then 1810, then 1850, then 1817, then 1900 and then 1950. So here the price per quintal is given and you have to find out just index number by this formula, that is P1. See here in the first year each and every sum first year is also current year. In each and every sum first year is also a current year as well as it is a base year if it is specifically given. See, if it is not specifically given that first year is your base year, then you don't have to take first year as a base year. Keep in mind here 2005 in the data 2005 is given, and in the question again say that 2005 taking 2005 as a base year. So here in first year the 1650 2005 is a P1 as well as 1650 2005 is your base year also, current year and base year. P1 is equal to again 1650 and P0 is also 1650. So here in the first year you can write like that 1650 divided by 1650 into 100. See here it is cancelled and the answer is 100. See in the textbook it is directly in the next sums, all the sums it is directly given 100, but how can you find out the 100? You have to write. That's why I am writing here, and we have to write in each and every sum that 1650 is the price of the current year as well as 1650 is the price of the base year. That's why in the first year it is 100 is your answer. 100 is the index number. Now in the second year calculate 1690 divided by, see this is the current year price. Now for 2016 what is the current year price of the wheat? 1690. And what is the base year price? That is 2005 is your base year. That's why we have to take 1650 into 100. 1690 divided by 1650. This is the current year and this is the base year. This is P1 for 2006 and this is P0 for 2006 because 2005 is your base year. Okay, now calculate it. 1690 divided by 1650 into 100, that is 102.42. Now in the 2007, again see here, this method is very easy. Just we have to multiply and divide. In chapter number 4, it is also easy. While we are doing moving averages, first of all we have to add then divide. In 4th chapter, here we have to just divide and multiply, nothing else. So use your calci carefully. 1730. See, for the 2007, what is the current year price? Price or variable of current year. For 2007, current year is 7030 price. Then base year, that is your 2005. In each and every year, you have to take 1650. That is in the denominator. You have to take 1650 in all the years. Compulsory. Whenever it is fixed base index number, you have to take fixed base in the each and every year's denominator, then to find out index number. Okay. Now see 70 30 divided by 1650 into 100, it is 104.85. Now in the 2008, same procedure. 7050 divided by base year, that is 1650 into 100. Calculate it by yourself. It is 106.06. Now in the 2009, 1810 divided by 1650 into 100, that is 109.70. In 2010, 1850 divided by 1650 into 100, it is 112.12. In 2011, 1870 divided by 1650 into 100, that is 113.33. In the 2012, 1900 divided by 1650. See, 1650 is common because we are taking fixed base, that is 2005 years value. So 1900 divided by 1650 into 100, that is 115.15. And in the last year, that is 2013, 1950 divided by 1650 into 100, that is 118.18. See here, first question answer is complete here. See, prepare the index numbers for the price of the index for the remaining years. After 2005, remaining years, that is 2006 to 2013. All the index number is here. And the next question, state the percentage increase. See, percentage is always calculate with 100. See, we have to describe that, state the percentage increase. See, all the answer when we are finding out index number, all the answers we are multiplying here 100. That's why all the answers are in percentage, and index numbers always based on 100 because it is percentage. The definition is percentage change. That's why we have to just different the amount, that is 118.18 minus 100, then get the answer. State the percentage increase in the price of the wheat in the year 2013. In the year 2013, what is the price? That is, what is the index number? 118.18, and we have to describe, we have to state the percentage increase. So we have to write just one line, that it can be said that the increase in the price of the wheat in the year 2013 is 108.18 minus 100, that is 18.18 percentage. This we have to write because the question is there, the last question is that you have to state the percentage change. Okay, here your answer is complete. First of all, write down this. So here complete illustration number 1. Now see, we are going through method wise. That's why here we are skipping illustration number 2 because it is not fair method number 1 index number. So here we are concentrate illustration number 3. First of all, read the question. The data about sugar production of a sugar manufacturing company from the year 2008 to 2015 are as follows. Prepare index numbers by fixed base method. Read the question and here underline the question. Fixed base method from this data by taking average production of the years 2009, 2010 and 2011 as the production of the base year. See, the difference of first question, that is first illustration, and third illustration is, in first illustration 2005 is given as a base year, but in this question you have to take an average of 3 years production and that average is taken as a base year. See here, read again the question. Prepare the index number by the fixed base method. So you have to follow fixed base method, that is P1 upon P0 into 100, that is confirmed by this data by taking average production. See, by taking average production of the years 2009, 10 and 11, 3 years productions average you have to take. So 2009 is production is 196 tons, 1000 tons. Then 2010 production is 202,000 tons, and 2011 production is 214,000 tons. First of all, you have to take average of 3 years production. See here, average, you have to write this first. Average production of the years 2009, 10 and 11 is equal to 196, then 202 plus, then 214. So the total is 612 divided by, here 3 years average, that's why we are dividing with 3. That's why 612 divided by 4. Your average is 204. And this 204 we have to take as a base year, and that's why we have to take as a fixed base index number method. P0 is equal to 2004. In each year's calculation from 2008 to 2015, we have to take P0 as 204 compulsory because it is a fixed year index, fixed base index number. Okay, now first of all you write down the question. 2008, leave one line because for the better presentation, always in index number sum. Then 2009, then 2010, then 2011, then 2012, 13, 14 and 15. What is the production in 1000 tons? 186, then 196, then 202, then 214, then 229, then 216, then 226, and then 230. Here index number by the fixed base method you have to write, that is here it is the presentation, and this way compulsory you have to do in your example book as well as in your exams. Compulsory. Year is given, you have to write years, then production in 1000 tons you have to write like this, and the main answer, this is your main answer column. Index number, what they ask you have to write first. Index number by fixed base method, and what is the formula you have to write also here is equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. See, in statistics formula is most important, that's why you have to write in each and every sum your formula. Okay, so here what is your P1? Here 2008 is your current year, then production of these, that is 186 is your P1. But in P0 for the fixed base you have to take 204, because in the question it will ask that you have to take fixed base as 3 years average production, and the 3 years average production is 204. That's why here divided by 204 into 100. Make the calculation. 186 divided by 204 into 100, it is 91.18. Now the next year calculation. Here what is your P1, that is what is your current year's production, 196, and what is your fixed base index, fixed base production. Here you have to take 2204 as fixed base production for average of 3 years. 204 into 100, that is 196 divided by 204 into 100, that is 96.08. Now in 2010, 202 divided by 204 into 100, 202 divided by 204 into 100, that is 99.02. Here in 2011 your current years is 214 divided by 204 into 100, that's why 214 divided by 204 into 100, that is 104.90. Then 2012, 229 is your current year production. 204 is your average 3 years production, that is your base production. 229 divided by 204 into 100, that is 107 point, sorry, here not it is 229, here it is 220. See, it is a printing mistake. First of all, change here in the question, it is not 229, it is 220. So we are taking here as a 220 divided by 204 into 100, it is 105.84. Now for 2013, 216 divided by 204 into 100, it is 105.88. Here it is 107. It is not 105. Here it is 107.84. Then in 2014, 226 divided by 204 into 100. It is 110.878. And in 2015, (230) divided by 204 into 100, that is 112.75. See here, no any another questions that ask that you have to state the percentage increase or decrease in the last year or anything else. So here your answer is complete. First of all, write down this. See here in the page number 10, merits and limitation, that is merits and limits of fixed base method is given. See, read it carefully. It is important for MCQ and SQ, nothing else. That's why you just have to read it. Now the next method, that is method number 2, chain base index number. See, the formula for chain base index number is also same. That is, the formula for fixed base index number is P1 upon P0 into 100, as well as the formula for chain base index number is also same, P1 upon P0 into 100. But here the change is P1 same, value or the value of the variable, that is price or anything, that is production or anything, value of the variables for the current year, P1 same, but here the P0 is changed. P0 is equal to value of the variables for the preceding year. See, in the fixed base index number, we have to take fixed base year and fixed years as P0. Fixed years base value of variables we are taking here as a P0 in fixed base method, but here in the current year, here in the chain base index number, we have to take the preceding year as your P0. Value of the variable of the preceding year is taken as a P0. So the change here you have to write, see here month, price. In the illustration number 4, first of all read the question. Illustration 4, the data about the bi-monthly closing prices of the shares of a company in the year 2014 are given. Compute the chain base index number. Underline the word chain base index numbers from this data. See, the month is given here January, then direct March. Bi-monthly data is given. See, don't panic that it is January, after January it is March, after March it is May. Then it is nothing to worry about that. Here just you have to concentrate only on the price given, that is 22, 21.20, 22 again, then 23, then 24.70, and then 26. And the formula for here chain base index number, you have to write value of the variable for the current year period divided by value of the variables for the preceding year period, right? So into 100. So here not write only P1 upon P0. In your fair book you have to write full formula given in the textbook page number 11. See here, first of all write down January, then March, leave one line, then May, then July, then September, and then November. Then write down the price, that is 22, 21.20, then 22 again, then 23, whenever one data is given in point, you have to write all the data in point. If zero point after point there is no any amount, you have to write down 00. That is here 22.00. Then in March 21.20. Then in May again 22. Then you have to write 22.00 for better understanding. Then 24.70. And in the last November 26. But here we have to write 26.00. See here, in the first year, it is always given only 100. But you have to show that how can we find out 100? See here, in the chain base index number, what is the formula? P1 upon P0. P1 is the current year value or variable, value of the variable, right? And P0 is the preceding. But here in the first year, there is no any data about preceding years. So you have to assume that this is the current year data as well as this is the preceding or previous year data. That's why we have to write like that. See here, it is the actual presentation 22.00 divided by 22.00 into 100. That's why here the answer is 100. See, in the fixed base index number and as well as in the chain base index number method, that is in method number 1 and method number 2, first your answer is 90% 100. See, I am saying that 90%. Why? If it is said that you have to take this year as a fixed year, then you don't have to take 100 as your first year answer. But in another case is January, see here the current year data is given, that is 22.00, that is your P1. But the preceding year or previous year data for the first year is not given in any sum. Then we have to assume that 22.00 is first year, that is current year data, as well as it is also our previous year data, that is preceding year's data. That's why 22.00 divided by 22.00 into 100 is equal to 100. Your first year answer is always 100 in chain base index number when it is not specifically any instruction is not given. Okay, now 21.20 is the first year data. Now March, see here what is your P1, that is current year 21.20. What is your preceding year here? 22.00. So your second year data, your second year answer for the fixed base and chain base is also same. Okay, here what is your current year? 21.20. What is your previous or preceding year? 22.00. In the fixed base also this divided by this in the second year, or here also this divided by this in the second year. So in chain base index number as well as in fixed base index number, second year or second month data or answer is always same. See, what is the answer? 96.36. Now it is easy to calculate. So do by yourself in your calci. I am writing just answer here. May, see here what is the current year data or current month data is 22.00. In the denominator P0 is what? Now here preceding year is March, preceding month is March. That's why this divided by this, you have to write chain base index number like this. In first year this divided by this, in second this divided by this, in third this divided by this, in fourth this divided by this, in fifth this divided by this, and in the last this divided by this. Always we have to divide the data with the preceding year or month data. So here 22.00 divided by 21.20 into 100. it is 103.77. Now 23.00 divided by preceding year is 22.00 into 100. P1 is this and P0, that is previous or preceding year or period data, that is 22.00. It is 104.55. In the month of September, 24.70 is the current year data or current period data, and 23.00 is the previous period data into 100. The answer is 107.39. And in the last month, that is in November, 26.00 divided by 24.70 into 100. That's why the answer is 105.26. See here, fixed base index number, that is method number 1, and as well as chain base index number, that is method number 2. Both are very easy. First of all, write down this. So complete illustration number 4 and 2 methods. First, in first lecture we complete first our 2 method, that is fixed base index number as well as chain base index number. Now see the illustration number 5. First of all, read the question. The data about the purchase of groundnut by an edible oil mill from the year 2008 to 2015 are as follows. Okay. Now prepare the index numbers by fixed base method with the year 2008 as a fixed base year. See, in this question there are 3 questions. See, read carefully. In first question they ask that you have to prepare the index number by fixed base index number as taking 2008 as a fixed base year. Second one, with chain base and by taking the average. See, you have to take 2008 as a fixed year and you have to find out the fixed base index number, as well as you have to find out from this data chain base index number. And the third question, and also by taking the average, that is illustration number 3, you have to take first, that is 3-year quantities purchase of 2010 and 2011. 2 years quantity you have to add that, then average of that 2 years production you have to take as a fixed base production. Sorry. So you have to do yourself by in your homework. See, your homework is illustration number 5. See, in page number 12, see the answer. Year is given, quantity, purchase of groundnut in ton is given. First answer, that is first column, is your fixed base index number. Second answer, that is in your second column of the answer, is chain base index number. And the third one, you have to take average first of 2 years production, that is your 240, and that 240 you have to take as a base, and you have to find out the fixed base index number by taking 240 as a base year production. So it is your homework, and as well as exercise 1.1 question number 1 and 2 is also like this illustration number 5, that is you have to find out these 3, that is it is not your. See, this question number 1 and question number 3, sorry, illustration number 1, illustration number 3 and illustration number 4 will ask in section D for 3 marks only. But whenever 3 method is given, that is illustration number 5, exercise 1.1 question number 1 and question number 2, that 3 question will ask in section F as 5 marks. Okay, so you have to do this homework, and also you have to do the given assignment in my chapter number 3 assignment, and then I will give you the assignment of chapter number 4. So do your homework. Okay, thank you class.